Welcome back. It's been about 2 weeks since you probably saw us last. That's purely just down to how busy and all over the place I've been. I think Luke's been the same, to be fair, but it was my decision mainly to postpone. Because someone's decided they're going to go on holiday this year, so they need to work as much as they can, and I am beyond fucking tired as a result of it. But I hope you've all been well. How you been with it, Luke?
Yeah, I've been okay. Like, nothing too exciting. Yeah, just really vibing. Like, it's just we're back to the socially awkward phase of life.
Yeah, to be fair, I think all I've done, other than work and sleep, the last 2 weeks, I've just done that and Val, non-stop. And it's probably not the best thing to do non-stop, because I went from playing half an hour a bit last year to I'm pretty sure I've now 1,000 times that, maybe 5,000 times that. I don't fucking know. Too many hours on Val, but sometimes you got to get rid of your comfort game and go from there and find a new one. And now I have. Now FIFA's the game I jump on twice a week, if that. God, the heavens of blessed Luke with light. Look at that.
That's do you mean you can't download the update? Oh,
that's funny. Oh, I've just realised then. So since the last pod, I think that we ended the last one saying that you were going to stream on that Friday for FF7, and you did.
I did indeed.
How has FF7 been? Even though you're not streaming it anymore, how is it?
I've been enjoying it so far. I've not been playing it that much, which really angers me. Like, it didn't go well on stream. Like, it didn't vibe well, whatever. And then I just haven't actually got round to playing it much in my spare time. I actually hate the fact that I've not been playing it.
That's
genuinely hate the fact I've not been playing it. Been playing Val with you, been playing that stupid bloody Madden game that I still hate, yet people still want it. So it's still there. It's making me lose my voice, the anger for that. It's just visceral. It genuinely was. It went from. I did a Madden stream yesterday.
Yeah.
And it went from, oh, we're enjoying this. It's the draft. We can just pick up players and be interesting. Oh, look, those players are good. To then I had to play the two people in the franchise with me as the first and the third game. And my God, it just went awfully.
Yeah.
And it reminded me instantly of why I stopped playing it 2 weeks ago. Legitimately, when we stopped recording the podcast was the last time I touched that game, and now the day when I go, oh yeah, the next day we'll do this, is when it freaking comes back, and I still hate it.
I think at the moment there seems to be, a lack of options with sports games, so they all just tend to be at the moment a bit shit. And I saw in the last 2 weeks there was the closed beta for the Ronaldo football game. And have you seen any gameplay of that?
No.
It looks like FIFA Mobile on console. There was apparently one of the guys I was watching. He originally went from, it looks really good. He wouldn't call it a FIFA killer, but it's a good start. It had decent gameplay. There was no bullshit mechanics like there is in FIFA, and he felt it was really good. Then they patched it apparently, and then they did what FIFA does, changed it all. And it went straight into stupid animations, stupid mechanics were put in, all this crap. I saw Haaland has an 89 rated card in that game. Ronaldo has 91.
But it's a Ronaldo-based game,
I know it's a Ronaldo game, but it's like, come on, man. Like, you can up yourself a little bit. You can't put Mbappe and Haaland beneath you. Come on. Let's not be silly here. When they are both currently, they're the best players on the planet right now. To put yourself in there when you're playing Saudi, it's like, yeah, you're doing well in Saudi and you're breaking records, but it's not really comparable. It's like me playing against a pro on fucking Val. If I beat them in a custom game 1-0, it doesn't mean I'm a fucking pro player. It just means something's changed. But it's, I don't know. I saw it and then he gave a really positive review first. Then it got slandered. Then the animation happened, And then he was like, nah, this shit is ass. It's awful. It's this, it's that. And everyone was like, why have you changed your opinion? He's like, because they changed the game. And then everyone's like, then the developers messaged him and was like, can we ask why your opinion changed? And he was like, yeah, remove all the shit you added and it's fine. I don't think any game coming out in the next maybe 2 years, because there's nothing else that's been like announced at the moment, is going to be a FIFA killer, quote unquote, or a foot killer. Because I think a game like that, you need a massive fucking studio behind it who isn't paid to win, isn't EA, and they need to have a lot of time to work on it. And as far as leaks and stuff come, there's nothing that's been like that. So I don't think there will be a game like that for the next few years. I could be wrong, and something could come out the door tomorrow and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those where people are like, do you stick with the same bullshit that EA are giving us, or do you go and give it to a 2K and make the game pay to win? But you make it pay to win, but in exchange, you're getting actual good gameplay. There's no win-win situation for us anywhere.
Giving something to 2K is not a guarantee that we get good gameplay.
Exactly, yeah.
That's another thing.
But
it's already paid to win.
I think NBA 2K has had more... How do I phrase this? No, it's had better gameplay over the years. Not obviously consistently from game to game, than FIFA's had for the last like 7 games. Confidently. 20 to 24 has been awful. 14 to 16/17 was maybe its best period. And then 18 to 20 was sort of... It was like hit and miss every year, but it wasn't this bad. Like, we either had years where content was awful and game was alright, or vice versa, or just none of it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, 19, obviously people remember for being over-the-top stupid.
Yeah.
With Ibra, El Tornado crosses and...
The thing is, I didn't
unlimited...
mind that, I never... Because I never played against people who did that, because I'm shit. So I always
As someone who didn't do skills at that point, it was hell.
Right.
It was if you put me back then, it was literally La Croqueta Infinites.
That I actually enjoyed that. I don't know why, because I did it as well. I was like, it was the only skill I ever learned.
I didn't know.
I found it was sick.
So I would just suddenly be like, why is this work? What is this? And then I finally figured out what the hell it was about FIFA 22. Yeah. So, not ideal.
I think learning La Croquette was the first ever skill mod I learned. Apart from Fake Shot and Fake Pass, like everybody learns at some point because they're the easiest fucking thing on the planet to do. Like, I've only started doing ball rolls this year. I've only started doing ball rolls this year. I've been playing for 10 years.
If I'm talking about one that I've been playing it for more.
Is it 10? 11.
So, my first FIFA... it's not my first FIFA. If we're talking first FIFA, we're talking 03. But
yeah, same.
If we're talking first Ultimate Team sort of era, I had FIFA 10 and I did have Ultimate Team on it.
Right.
I did pay for that DLC because it was a DLC until FIFA 12, where they finally made it a core part of the game.
And then they realized it makes money.
Yes. So I did skip FIFA 11, but I was around FIFA 12 and I bought the game regrettably for 12 straight years.
Yeah. I say this confidently every year. Like, I'm not going to buy the next one until I see how it goes. I think this year that might actually be the truest statement. Because I usually, and you can attest this because you started to get to know me last year. I was still playing the game so much in like June, July, August. I was on it non-stop still. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen because I'm barely on it now.
Yeah.
I log on to make sure I've got my Rivals games. I make sure I do 3 games. I don't do the 7 wins. I get the 3 wins, call it quits for the week.
My content's the only reason I'm on there right now.
Like, you remember when I said the other day after we were on, I think it was Val until 0:00 in the morning, and I was like, I'm going to go do champs now. I played 2 games and then went to bed.
Yeah,
and then woke up and did it the next day.
I
went.
Why did you do it to yourself,
because I got to 9 wins and they put forfeits as the rest of them because I couldn't be bothered. And I didn't get anything good. I got enough fodder to do a bunch of random campaign upgrade packs and was like, yeah, it's fun, I guess. I wanted to do the Ender Herrera card because he's one of my favorite players, so I did him.
That's fair.
That's it. Like, I don't think Ender Herrera is going to get an upgrade. Not particularly fussed, to be honest. And my team's I think it's because my team's at a point where it's the highest it's ever been. At this point in the year, it shouldn't be.
I mean, that is a famous problem that people have with.
We've all had jacked teams since like October, November.
It's got worse and worse each year. That problem has always sort of been there in a way.
Yeah.
But it has gotten much worse.
But
much worse.
Now I've seen how the last few promos have gone. Now, obviously, Future Stars has always been one of my favorite ones ever. And now seeing how they did it this year, it was awful this year. But I'd say, maybe confidently, that Black Friday / the Thunderstruck promo, I think it's the same thing. I think
they were the same thing.
That has been my favorite promo for the last few years. Because the packs were good, the SBCs were good, the value was there, the gameplay was okay. Like, it's getting shit all around, but it was not as bad as it is now. Like, everything was great. Me and you were getting juiced shit every week. We were getting non-stop stuff. And again, that's not a reason to stay in the game. Because obviously, if you're there for content and not gameplay, it's not a good game. People can't work this around like, oh, FIFA's great. No. The content can be good. But the gameplay has always categorically been shit this year. There's no... Actually, September / October...
It was now in September.
It was October. Well, early access, wasn't it?
I don't think it even was for early access.
I swear it was. Like the end of September? Something like that?
I'll double check it.
Because I remember we got 2 weeks early access. And the game more or less always comes out end of September anyway. So I'm pretty sure we got early access, right? Because I'm confident saying I think the first month and a half of the game.
Never mind, it was 22nd. Yeah. It was 22nd of September, so it's late September.
Yeah. So I'd say that first month and a half was probably the best it's been in the game in terms of gameplay. They didn't tweak a lot. They kept it the same. There wasn't anything that was too OP. And then the infamous first day, the first month patch came out. And then it's like, you fucked it. Like that game's now been replaced for me by Val and Helldivers, maybe? Because I don't really play Val full stop at the moment. Like, Val used to be a game I was so aggressive about. I hated every minute of it. I got so annoyed at it. And now, I couldn't give a shit. I love the game's pieces. If we lose, we lose. It is what it is. Like, I made a really hard effort of getting up to Silver 1. Fucking finally made it. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Now I'm D-ranked, and I'm like, I'll get back there. But it's that thing I said about Val, you seem to meet loads of great people, and I don't know why that is with Val.
Yeah, it's been interesting. So we can get onto this because I've recently taken up playing Val the last month or so.
Yeah.
So I can definitely attest to some interesting conversations that have happened. Interesting people. It's always the quirky ones.
Oh, 100%.
We'll say that much. Always the quirky ones, but
there's a reason I have 105 friends on Val because some of the people you meet are so fucking nuts. It's great. And as a result of it, we ended up making a Valorant server. And there's now quite a few people in it. It was originally just me, you, Archer, and Sam. And now we've got the likes of Pugs in it. We've got Millie, got Coffee. Like, these are all random names to you lot, but there's quite a few people now. And it's sick, I won't lie. Like, I used to have this phase on Val where I used to speak to people like almost every day, non-stop playing the game. And now I'm back in that phase. Because I've now removed FIFA and that's now my main game. It's enjoyable again. And seeing you and Archer get frustrated, it's great. I love the torment I've dragged you into. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a brilliant thing. It's... Oh.
But you can't deny there's nothing like just having a good round. There's no feeling like it. You can win a FIFA game and you're still stressed after it. You have a great round and you're like, oh, that was great. I liked that. That was awesome. Or even just winning in general. I know obviously you and Archer get on yourselves for the, maybe you're not doing as well individually and stuff, but the vibes are there always.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of us.
Me. My vibes are always there.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't help that me and Archer are traditionally playing at higher ELOs than we should be. It does not help with that. Playing with the likes of you, Sam, etc., who have played this for 3 years, and suddenly we picked it up in the last month, and oh yeah, by the way, you're matching in their sort of regions. It's like very ELOs. I mean, it still doesn't. It didn't help that when I played on my own ELO, I still was terrible and was having to go. Not even gaslight Archer. Just tell him we're gonna have to carry here. Whilst I'm 0-6, going like we're gonna have to carry here. It calmed him down. He then was top fragging, so it worked. But God, it's.
I think with Val, it's the one game where I just sort of say fuck it every round and just try something different. Because I feel like with Val, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, where the more you do the same, if you do the same thing over and over at each round, you're going to get so annoyed at yourself, so frustrated at yourself. So the one thing I always find with Val to keep yourself from losing the plot is just mix it up every round. Genuinely. Like, I think I've gone games and you've seen it where it's 0-7, 0-8.
Oh, I have them.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't expect that of me, and then by the end of the game, I've got 20-something kills. And that's because... Yeah. Have you seen the film Baby Driver?
No.
Right. I don't remember the premise of the film, so I watched it a few years back, but essentially, when he needs to focus, he puts music on really loud, so it's deafening, and he like, drives like a maniac sort of thing. You've seen me do that with Val, where I've put my music on, start singing, and I'm there getting 4Ks, 3Ks, and it makes no sense. I shouldn't be able to do that. But it's because I just switch off and go, I'm going to start singing Teenagers, My Chemical Romance, or Welcome to the Black Parade, and just start destroying teams for fun. And it's so weird. And
it's just how things work. It's just different people click with different things. I'm still waiting to find what properly clicks for me, but, you know... We move.
Oh yeah, and then in the last, by the way, I haven't even mentioned this to you. I was going to mention it after Paul, but I figured why not now? Because it's a funny thing to you to see. So you know how I've got a holiday I'm going to the end of the year?
Yes.
Then I'm now killing myself trying to do all this overtime to get it paid for.
You got that right, yeah.
There may be a second holiday I'm looking at.
Ooh.
To New York.
Gone. To New York. Oh, I've been to New York in the past.
Same. Stinks. I know it's.
I mean, I went at Christmas.
I went
at Christmas.
When did I go? There was snow, so I went between I'm pretty sure October and January, something like that. I went with a business studies trip in high school.
Oh, okay.
And
no, I just went on a family holiday.
We went. What was it? We went for 4 days, which was a really short time, I think, for somewhere like that. And we went to Rockefeller. We went to the Forrest Gump seafood restaurant. We went there. Gump's Diner or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Do you know the one I'm on about?
Right. No.
It was it's inspired off Forrest Gump, I know that. We went all sorts. And to be honest, I loved it there. And now I have another reason to go there. And I'm sort of like, okay, I'll see how that goes. But it's one of those where I'm trying to work it out in my head how I'm going to do it. Don't have a clue. If November's that holiday, I'm not doing it December because again I think December in New York is gonna be dead expensive because it's Christmas period.
Oh, it's the mortgage.
So October is too close probably to my next time off because of work. So I don't think they'll have authorized that. Which means if I plan on I say if I do plan on going 100% because I'm pretty sure I have enough holiday to maybe make it work. It's gonna have to be September or August, which is insane because it's now March. I mean,
good luck affording both of those.
I think if because I'm
kill yourself in terms of the amount of overtime you're gonna do.
Yeah,
you were talking about doing overtime to afford one holiday. You're now trying to do it to afford 2 holidays.
I was going to do this for the overtime I'm doing now. So I basically got, if anyone's wondering how much time I work anyway, I do 48 hours in 4 days. And I'm now doing, what is it? 48, 64 hours in 6 days. And those 2 days where extra I'm doing, I'm working half days to make it work because I need rest. And I'm doing that for, I think, 2 to 3 months for the November holiday, which means if I do it for another 2 months, I think I can make it work. It will be a fucking squeeze and a half.
You're going to hate yourself.
Oh, I already do. I regret this.
No,
completely.
but like, if it's like, oh, I was doing a short term.
It's one of those where like I'm gonna see how the first overtime payment comes in and go, right, is this feasible? And then if it looks I've roughed it out on paper how it's gonna look, and I'm like, okay, it does work. Like the one holiday is a guarantee. I'm working the hours, that's fine. The other one, it kind of depends on how long and what I'm doing, pretty much. And I've got friends in New York, so I can visit them. I can obviously, I'm not doing it for longer than like a few days. I don't think I could do a week. Like I have, if I'm right, 8 days left of holiday for the year, and I don't use it anyway. Like I never use it every year. I don't use
mine often, to be fair.
Because I get 20 a year, because I work half the year technically. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm basically gonna see how I get on with this overtime until maybe 8 June, I think. See how I get on.
Right.
And if it looks feasible, like I'm saying I want to do it now in March, but in 3 to 4 months time, if I've solidified the November holiday, I'll go, right, sound. That money's there. Can I do this now for another month or another month and a half? If I can, ace, I'll book it the next month. And I'll just try and get the time off. And if I can't, is what it is. I can always do New Year or something like that. It ain't fussed. Like, I feel like if I'm going to do anything this year, I need to, like, it needs to be traveling. Because why not? Like, I work 4 days and then have 4 days off every week. So going places like Hull to visit, you know, James and Lind, easy peasy. I can go on one of my 4 days off. If I want to go down south and come visit you, again, I have 4 days off. It's just a half a day's commute. It is what it is. If I want to go to Manchester for my books or Birmingham for my books, again, I've got loads of time off anyway throughout the weeks. But for prolonged time periods where I'm traveling, I need the wiggle room. So God knows if it's going to work.
I'll be impressed.
I think it's going to be a shit year if I don't do something, and I don't really want to waste it, to be honest. I've wasted the last 24 years doing nothing, really. Like, I had the 1 year, I think it was during lockdown, I went to Norway, and I loved every minute of Norway. Not because my I had ex-friends over there, and you know that was great, but I think I enjoyed the scenery so much more than I expected. Like, Norway's a fucking amazing place. Jesus. It's so different, and I loved every minute of it. So I'd go there in a heartbeat again, just not the same city where my friends live. You know, just because why not? But it's like
where your friends live. Yeah, you want to change that wording.
Oh, sorry, ex-friends, dickheads, twats, whichever you want to call it.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
I'm like,
hi.
Hi. I don't know you.
I don't know you anymore. I've removed you all.
I never did.
Nah. It's then. So I'm happy, like, pushing myself into the ground for that. And then there's the predicament of there wasn't that many games coming out this year. I'm not fussed by those. Now there's Dragon Dogma 2. There's Wukong, looks great. You've got all these other games, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna find the time or afford them. But like the Elden Ring DLC comes out in a few months.
It does.
I don't know how I can afford that. But I don't know where I'm going to fit it in because I'm obsessed with Val and new games coming out at the moment. So I don't know.
I still have my my 1.5 playthroughs to do in that time.
True. To be fair, you've got till what, June, is it?
Something like that.
So 3 months ish. So that's not too bad. And I've got to do. I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3 because I haven't had the time, but that's sick. I need to finish that at some point. Dragon Dogma 2 comes out on the 22nd, so I could buy that on the 29th or 28th when I get paid. I don't. It's going to be a really tight year and a really weird year. But the November holiday is going to be worth it no matter what. If I go New York, that's a different conversation. I don't know. I'm not really going there for the country, but you know, it'll be fun to go again. Got other reasons, but you know, like that'll be sick. I do need. I in general, I want to travel more this year. Like even if it's just up and down the shithole that is the UK, or because I've now got most of my family is going to be in Wales in the next few months, so I've got to go visit them. Like I got a lot of shit to do. I've gone from a non-existent year to I'm going to have a lot.
Suddenly, it's a really important year.
Yeah, like I'm 25, man. I need to be doing more at this point. Like, I'm not particularly fussed about, like, when people are like, oh, I need to be doing more, I need a better career. I don't give a shit. If I get money, I get money. I don't care. If I like my job, I like the people I work with, and it's comfortable, that's all I care about. It is what it is. But, I don't know, man. Have you seen that clip going viral at the moment with Jamie Carragher?
Oh, God. I did see that, yes.
It's not the first time he's made that kind of joke either. Everyone's like, he's getting sacked. He's said it before. He said something like that before.
No, but that's like...
That was awful. That was like
when,
not a single person reacted.
When you hear silence from Micah Richards...
Not even silence. He looks stunned. He's like...
He's looked down. He didn't know what to say. Yeah. When you leave Micah Richards...
Speechless.
Speechless.
For context, if anyone doesn't know, Jamie Carragher, essentially, I don't know why he went there. He joked that Kate Abdo was cheating on her fiance.
Yeah.
In front of Thierry Henry, who apparently the internet believes is in love with her. So that was a really awkward as shit moment to watch. Oh, did you see people calling Micah Richards Robbie from AFTV when he put the Arsenal shirt on?
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
He looked wham though. And when he put that shirt on, he looked like Robbie. He looked like a walking beanbag.
Oh God.
Like, I love.
I mean, the quote I remember is expressions. Whenever I hear expressions talk about Robbie from AFTV, it's this walking Malteser. It's oh God.
That's about the only entertaining thing to come out of football the last week, because I know people have been going about the the Liverpool City game, and the Arsenal Porto last night. But I'm like, I'm sort of detoxing on football at the moment, and I'm all right with that. I watch United be shit. I watch the odd game here and there. Like, United games are shit at the moment, man.
Yeah, I mean, as a Spurs fan, it could be seen as
last game. You had a great.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I was about to say it. Don't worry, mate. I wasn't about to say it is terrible.
You're having a great time.
Don't you worry. Oh, yeah, about to say I'm loving life.
We've gone from 3 points behind you to now we're 6.
That's not awful.
Actually, you know what? It was mentioned the other night. I'm going to bring it up again. I don't know if it was I don't know if you were there, but our good old friend Archer made a quote on. I think it was last night I was playing Helldivers actually with Lind. Is Spurs have more of a chance at winning the league than United do reaching top 4. And I said he's absolutely taking the piss there. Because United have to overcome Villa and Spurs. You'd have to overcome Liverpool, City, and Arsenal.
Yeah, the only thing I can think that Archer means here, and I will gladly be corrected when he's...
The points difference in United favor. We're 8 points, you're 11.
That's not even where I was talking.
Okay.
So that's good. What I was implying was he might be talking about a different season.
No, he might be talking this season.
Next. He's delusional. Archer, I know you listen to this. What are you talking about?
He said that, and I was
what planet?
He was like, yeah, but United are shit. And I'm like, yeah, but you aren't better than Arsenal, Liverpool, and City.
And we're not neck and neck with them right now.
Exactly. You're 11 points off first. We're 8 points off you.
If we were level with them, I could entertain that kind of a take.
Actually, you're not even 4th. We have to get past you and Villa. And we're I think it's 6 points off you and 8 off Villa, I think, or something like that.
Yes, but also we need to just realise if we're going to do that we have a game in hand on Villa and are 2 points behind them. If we're going to do that.
Yeah, well, that's valid. Sorry, Luton have beaten Bournemouth 3-0 at half-time. What the fuck? Sorry, I went to have a look at the table.
Nottingham Forest.
So, Tahith Chong scored in the 9th minute. Then it was Ogbene. And then Ross Barkley on the 45th minute. Holy
fair play.
3-0 at half-time. Hang on, where's Forest? Because of the work thing.
Forest are, I believe,
they'll
in
be
the
level with points if they hold this. They're going to be level with points with them.
Well, yeah, and they're in the relegation zone on goal difference.
Goal difference hasn't kicked in either, so the goal difference would shove them down.
Yeah, 14 minus 14 for Luton, minus 16 for Forest.
That is bad. I can't wait to rub that in. But what I was trying to find out is, so...
It's all right. It's not like they're potentially getting a points deduction,
True. That's it. So yeah, that's it. I was right. So it was 8 points off Villa, 6 behind you, and then you guys the first. It's 11 points. But I like Arsenal, Liverpool, and City are a point from each other. Arsenal and Liverpool level, and City's 1 point behind them.
It's not like we even have the excuse of they all play each other. Like, yes, we play them. We do play them.
Like, realistically,
we play all of them.
You could lose to all 3 of them. I know. I'm not saying that's going to
happen. No, I'm not. No, I'm fully aware of that fact, though.
Yeah, well, I don't think Archer is, to be fair. I genuinely think, like, now that I look at
we might get a game, like, I think, against City.
I think you'll, like, in reality, I think you'll beat City. Because you seem to be like almost their bogey team, no matter what year or what season.
They've scored once at our stadium. Yeah. That was this year with that jammy situation with, your boy not knowing what the hell to do.
True. But then I don't see you beating Liverpool or Arsenal. Maybe Liverpool because they're injuries, but they might have them back by the time you play them. Because I know Salah was on the bench the other day, so I think depending on the team and the day, because Liverpool are kind of, as much as they're dominant this year, they're not really consistent at times, whereas Arsenal are just, they're on the same level as they were last year, except it doesn't look like they're going to slip. I think they will, because it's Arsenal, personally. I think Liverpool will do the same. I think Liverpool will slip as well. I think City are just there waiting.
I find that very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure I hear this quote from you. You think that City are going to lose to Tottenham, and Arsenal and Liverpool are going to drop even more points than that in this run-in when they don't play each other because they've already got those games out the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Who
are Liverpool losing to?
There's no point
because Arsenal play City. That one, your default saying City.
Okay.
That makes sense. Who are Liverpool dropping points to drop beneath City when City are a point behind them, will be 4 points behind them after your prediction for the Spurs result?
Mm.
So where are the other 4 points coming from in 10 games?
To be honest,
bear in mind, you're asking them to drop twice, and Spurs is not one of them.
I could see them losing.
That's what you said.
I could see them drawing or losing points to Wolves.
Right.
Wolves are a good unit this year. I could see them dropping points to West Ham. But that's about it. The rest of them, I think they cakewalk. Because West Ham are a really odd team this year. They never make any sense. They could also...
they get battered 5-0 by Arsenal.
They also, technically, it's not going to happen, because you know how I feel about this. They could lose points to United.
But you're the only team to have kept a clean sheet against them when you park the bus.
Yeah, so I think we can probably get a draw against
them. I want to make sure you're saying that. I've just checked when the Wolves game is. You're saying they're dropping points last game of the season at home.
I back Wolves, man. I like them.
You're saying Gary O'Neill's Wolves are beating the last game Klopp's in charge. I want to make sure I'm hearing
I didn't
this
say
correctly.
win. I'd say they'd drop points. I don't know if they'd necessarily lose to them.
You're saying they choke the title on Klopp's last game.
If it goes to them,
I want you to say it.
Yeah.
I want you to say it.
They'll bottle it on the last day if it comes to it.
God.
I'd happily the thing is, I don't think that deeply into it because I can't be bothered. But like the thing is, Liverpool, Arsenal, and City at times over the last 3 years, or probably the last 2 years, have shown they can be incredibly dominant and then weirdly lose the next week.
I'll be honest, this title's Liverpool's to lose.
You think? Really? I think it's
Brighton are in bad form. Brighton are in bad form. Liverpool playing them at home.
Mm.
Then they're playing Sheffield United. Sheffield United, no contest. Man United at home against Liverpool. Last time that happened, that was 7 goals.
Yeah.
Palace, no. Fulham, weird team. Maybe Fulham pull something. That's what I was expecting you to mention because Fulham are weird.
Fulham Wolves, can get Fulham, Wolves, and West Ham. They have weird games against them. I'm not they could cakewalk it and do 4-0 against all three, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised if they draw. I don't see them losing to these teams because with the way the teams are at the moment, I think they probably just draw, if anything.
And see, so City are not dropping any points outside the Spurs game. because that is what's needed.
I don't know.
That's what's needed. That's 4 points.
City's running is. What is
They've got Arsenal, which you're saying Arsenal are losing.
Oh yeah.
I just want to make sure I clarify everything that's happening here, right? So, Arsenal, Villa, Palace, Luton, Spurs. Who said Spurs are winning? Forest, Wolves. Oh, they've got Wolves as well, and they're at home against Wolves. Are Wolves going to do something stupid against Liverpool, like they are?
You mean
against
City
here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think they can. Yeah. I mean Wolves and you guys have a decider in this.
Okay, yeah. Spurs ultimately have a decider in this entire title race.
I think
we play all three.
Reality is, I would love nothing more for you to beat both of them. I'd love nothing more. Because I've been saying since September, I want you guys to win the league.
We're not winning the league.
But it's no, I know it's not. But
we're done.
I don't care if City do a 4-peat because I haven't followed football long enough to give a shit. Like if Liverpool do it, I'm going under a rock for like 10 minutes. Then I'll come back out and be shameful. If Arsenal do it, I'm I'm blocking AFTV. No, I'm not. I don't want to see those reactions. Thank you very much.
So, I just want to point out the 3 teams you predicted that will get Liverpool,
West Ham,
and you. They are well, okay. But you okay? So their last 3 games for City are Wolves, Fulham, West Ham. They are literally the last 3 games for City. Your 3 predicted they're going to trip up.
But there's 2 players from City that make me don't question City because of them. Liverpool don't have those kind of players.
Who are those?
De Bruyne and Haaland.
Okay.
I don't know. Wrong. De Bruyne has been very heavy injury, but again, there's all if, buts, and maybes with this. If he stays fit to the end of the season, I don't see him dropping any stinkers. I see him being world class for the rest of the season.
And Haaland, you see being world class at the end of the season?
That's inevitable.
So his like recent form doesn't concern you at all.
Nope.
Not one bit. Nope. Not the sitter from like a yard out against United, things like that.
Because the next game he was going to score a hat trick like it's nothing.
He didn't. He played Liverpool and he didn't.
Yeah, but it's a bad example. It's Liverpool. Liverpool's a big. I didn't think they'd have back-to-back.
And by the way, the next game you're talking about is Arsenal. So he's bagging a hat trick against Arsenal is based off what you've just said.
It's an example, maybe.
I'm just making sure.
His form never worries me. There's a reason he was the best player last year. And he's going to be the same again this year. Arsenal have goals across everywhere, but they have no one consistently being that one output at times. City have, one person being the output non-stop amongst. I don't really know who the rest of their goal scorers is half the time. And then Liverpool, I don't trust Darwin Núñez. I don't trust Luis Diaz. Salah's probably, I'd say Salah and Van Dijk is the equivalent of their De Bruyne and Haaland, who you can trust more than anything.
Obviously, Alisson's going to be on his way back as well. Like Keller has deputised really well.
Oh, he's been real.
Ederson's out for 5 weeks, which you've not factored into your City prediction here. First choice keeper's gone for 5 weeks.
I'm really curious to see how they react to that him, because you saw what Liverpool did. They pulled off, like Kelleher wasn't, the last time he had to step in, he wasn't great. Or when the last time Adrian had to step in, for example, he wasn't great either.
Adrian was awful.
Adrian stunk. And then Kelleher, because they sort of utilised both of them when Alisson was last injured. And Kelleher did all right and Adrian was awful. Whereas this time, Kelleher's been great. I didn't think he would be. He's been sound. I'm really impressed by him.
Yeah.
And who is it now? It's not Max Steffen, is it? It's
not Zach Steffen. It is Stefan Ortega.
That's it, Ortega. Because Steffen's at Middlesbrough.
Yes.
I think the prediction could change because again, I haven't seen how they do without Ederson because 9 times out of 10 he's always there. It's the same with Rodri. Like Rodri only had 1 injury I think last year, and you saw what happened without him. And now he's here. You see how well he does with them. So how well they do with him. Like City is such a strange team. Like the way they set up, the way who their players are. You know, John Stones at the moment is probably one of the best players in the league. He just does what he wants. He's ridiculously good. Like, he's no longer what I call just a normal centre-back. He's sort of just
a holding midfielder
who just roams wherever he wants. Like, I saw something from someone say where, like, he'll drag the ball out of the defense. Then in midfield, he'll look for where the strikers are, but then he'll go back to defense. Like, he's just sort of doing I don't know if it's a bad example, like a Philip Lahm kind of role, where he's just sort of playing the midfield / fullback, centre back, fullback, centre back. Yeah, he just sort of free roams and helps wherever he can. And I think players like him and Rodri are going to be so fucking crucial. It's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. In a week's time, Rodri, De Bruyne could be injured, and I'd be like, yeah, it's Liverpool's. I'm not like shameless enough to say that it's no matter what City's, but my heart says no. Well, not my heart even. My fucking brain says it's City's to lose, because Arsenal were dominant last year and just came crumbling down, and City just carried on as usual, and then they won it like it was nothing. They got a treble like it was nothing. They didn't have like.
But for me, it's Liverpool. It just has to be. I know you don't want to hear that. It just has to be Liverpool.
I understand. I think if it isn't Klopp's farewell, I think it's impossible.
But I don't think impossible.
But no. So probably the wrong term. But I'd say the reason the farewell is such a big part of it is they're going to be playing out their fucking skin. Every youth player, every bench player, they're going to be trying to prove a fucking point that Klopp is the best by doing it for him. I genuinely think that. And don't wrong, I'll be happy to see the back of Jurgen Klopp as a Liverpool manager, but as a manager in the league, I'll miss him because I think he's sick. I like he's a bit grouchy at times, and he can fuck off because he's a grumpy git. But other times, I think he's ace. He's such a good personality, and he's a lovely guy at times. But other times, he can fuck right off. Whereas Pep is the same. Like, you saw all the build-up of that about Trent saying bollock, all this shit about the City players and City players snapping back at Trent. That's why I think that if City don't win it, I see Arsenal slowly creeping it, because you look at all this build-up of City, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Arsenal are just plunkering away. Like, no one's really dragging them into any conversations. They're just sort of getting on with it. And Rice is now scoring a lot and assisting a lot. He's on fucking fire, which he wasn't doing last year, which means he's now stepped up his own game. Which means I think if something happens to City and Liverpool don't pull it out their arses, Rice will be the reason Arsenal win the league.
Oh, I mean, Rice. If they win the league, Rice will be the main reason.
Oh yeah,
like it's a group effort. But he has been the game changer.
Like last year, they were missing a consistent force in midfield, and now they've got arguably the what do I call him? The main engine in the league. I don't think anyone has a better engine on him. He's always fit. He's always there. He's always performing. He never really has a stinker. He's coming up with clutch goals instead of just non-stop goals. And then now at the moment he's adding goals on the regular. Like Rodri doesn't score goals in the regular, but he scores clutch goals in the regular, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not popping up with 2 in the first 20 minutes. He's popping up with 1 in the 90th to win the game or draw it. Like he's that kind of thing at the moment. So, and I don't think Liverpool's midfield has got as firing as the other twos. So, I think Liverpool probably have the joint best attack force with City. I think Arsenal's is the weakest, but they have such an incredible defense in midfield.
I find that very interesting.
Because
Luis Liverpool
Diaz is popping up and Salah, and then Darwin Núñez.
But you don't trust. You just said you didn't trust either Núñez or
I don't
Diaz.
Trust them, but I still think they're the same. Not same caliber, but they're kind of up there. I don't trust them, but I can acknowledge they're immense players. Like if they play for my team, I'm going to back into the hills, obviously. But they don't play for my team, so I'm sort of like, I don't trust them too much because, like Salah, I can't argue with Salah. I never can. Like he's ridiculous. I kind of hope he leaves the league with Klopp. And Van Dijk and Trent and Alisson, that'd be great. Make my year, please.
But yeah, if it's the entirety of Liverpool could just stop existing, like that'd be
the
great.
world would be a great place for it. No Scouse accent. Oh, sorry, I'm about the club. I'm on about the City. I don't know. I feel like Wolves have got a big end to the season coming that I think they'll do well. They could get like dog-walked, but I still think they've got enough in them. I don't know about West Ham. Moyes could be sacked if shit goes south, but I don't think he will. I think
they're not going to sack him at this point. They'll sack him at the end of the year if they do.
I think they've got the backing of the board for now. But no, I don't know. It's a weird one. I do feel like that. I'm not going to be like, as I usually do with my predictions, I'm never going to bounce, I'm never going to bend, and I'm going to keep strong on them because It's so close. It's kind of, it could go one way or the other. I just don't see, like, City are inevitable. There's a reason they've won the most leagues in the last 10 years. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they've now got the best striker in the world. I would say Kane, but at the same time, Bayern ain't leading no title charge. As a result.
No.
Like, he's doing literally what he did at Spurs. Which is really weird. He's consistently one of the best players in the league, but his team's not doing shit.
Yep.
I don't know if that's I don't think it's a Tommy Tuchel issue at Bayern. I think it's a systemic fucking dressing room issue. It seems so toxic.
Dressing room issue.
Oh, it seems so toxic. Gives me United vibes.
That's interesting.
I think
that's very interesting.
I think they've had, this might be a strong word, I think they've had their day in the sun. They didn't win it. Did they win it last year? Clutch on the last day, wasn't it?
Yes, they did. Clutch last day. Dortmund
and
could have had it and didn't.
And I don't think Bayern have ever been pushed like that before. Not in recent years. They did used to buy.
Not in recent years.
Yeah. So, but like the last, when did Klopp leave? 10 years ago for Dortmund.
So
was it?
I'm gonna say no. Yeah, maybe 20. It's either 9 or 10.
Hang on. Klopp joining.
I don't know why I feel he's a 2015 leave.
Took his chance to manage the Premier League when he took over Liverpool in October 2015. So 9 years. So in the last 9 years, I don't think anyone's pushed them as close as they have. I could be recency biased, and I could be thinking maybe forgetting Leipzig or something like that. But I don't think
Leipzig, I think, got a second, but they didn't push them that close. They pushed them close-ish, but not that close.
And they got and they got pushed by a really, I'd say, wait, did Dortmund had Haaland last year, right? No, he's been here 2 years now. So last year it would have been who up front for Dortmund last year?
Seb Haaland.
Oh yeah. So that's when. So in my eyes, they had a poor Dortmund team push them that far. And this year, I'd say you've got Stuttgart in better form. Leverkusen are absolutely dog walking everybody. And how have they not lost the game yet? By the way, that's weird.
They nearly did.
Yeah,
they very nearly did.
It's gonna happen, and there's no way they go unbeaten the rest of the season. It'd be so if they do that in all comps.
Then that's going to be insane. Quite the year.
That's going to be quite the year.
It's outrageous.
If I hear the sentence, it's German football, I'm going to flip at someone because it doesn't matter.
Realistically, if they're going to have beaten some, like if they're unbeaten, that means they've won the Europa League.
Europa League and the Bundesliga, yeah.
But my point being Europa League. Who's still left in the Europa League? You've got you got Roma, who battered Brighton 4-0.
Yeah.
You've got Liverpool still in there.
Yeah.
Which is Klopp's Liverpool, quadruple potentially, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That. You've got a couple other good teams in there, I think, still as well.
West Ham is still in it. Lille is still in it. That's about it, I think.
Okay. Right. So yeah. Like Brighton are still technically in, but it's going to take a miracle for Brighton to get past.
Did you see the video that surfaced about the Brighton team the day before the game? They were out and they were in a pub celebrating with the entire club that they'd won the leg before they even played the game.
That's just
insane. Like
that's ridiculous. They deserve every.
That's not even speculation. There's an actual video of Lewis Dunk and all these, and like Evan Ferguson, all these players celebrating and drinking at a table and having a great time. De Zerbi's there, everyone's there, that they were celebrating before the game was kicked off, and then they lost 4-0 the next day. That is insane. Why would you do that? There we go. So right, the legs are. So I'll say the ones I think who are probably the best. You got Milan, Benfica, Marseille, Villarreal. I don't really know who's the best out of them. West Ham, Freiburg, Atalanta, Sporting, Brighton, Roma, Leverkusen, and Liverpool. I see Leverkusen probably walking it.
Walking?
Well, if we're using the phrase that they're going to go invincible the rest of the season, then they obviously have to walk it. But I think their strongest competition there is probably Roma and Liverpool. I don't see... Maybe Milan? I don't really know.
I'd say Milan are a credible threat.
Are they good this year? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Table.
I don't feel they're incredible. I could be wrong. I haven't checked the Serie A table in a long time.
I'm trying to do it now. If my computer lets me, table. They're second. Oh,
Oh.
Ignore me. No, ignore me. They're second, but first is 75 points with Inter. Milan are 59 points in second. So it's not really...
So
it's walk away.
There's still, I mean, they are reigning
but
Champions League like semi-finalists, so they prove they can be good in knockout competitions.
Roma are 5th in 11 points behind them. Bologna are 8 points behind them in 4th, and Juve are 1 point behind them in 3rd. So their season could crumble, but they could, like, in the last 5 games, they've won 3 games, lost 1, drawn 1. So they're in okay form, I guess. It's consistent to a degree. But
yeah,
I would love nothing more than Leverkusen to win both, because that'd be so sick. Just for football in general, like a different team winning the league, a different team winning the the Europa League, mainly because Liverpool would lose it then. But it's like, I don't know, it'd be sick. It'd be sick. But I don't. Oh, Bournemouth have got one back. Solanke.
Interesting.
I think he's in my FPL still. I don't know. I didn't know.
I mean, if he is, it's a double game week for him. He was most people's captains, and he got 0 points in the first game. But you know,
in my team, I've got all my players have played. I got Areola, Saliba, Estupiñán, Gabriel, Garnacho, Mainu, Bowen, Palmer, De Bruyne, Haaland, and Watkins. Oh, Pedro Porro was on the bench. Why did I put him there? I need to take out one Arsenal defender.
I mean, I had David Diatra Fofana on the bench, which sucks.
Yeah.
He got 9 points.
City got 2. Sorry, Arsenal to Gabriel got me 1, and Haaland got me 2. And I captain Bowen, and he got me 4 because he got captain points. Oh, it pissed me off, man. But no, I think it's going to be a good end to the season. Not for United personally. I couldn't give a flying shit what we do now, because I think we're staying 6th or 5th, to be honest. Like, the chance is there for 4th, but that means the players would have to clutch up, and I don't think they've got it in them. But apparently Højlund's back for the Liverpool game. Apparently. The Danish manager confirmed it. He was like, oh yeah, he's going to play against Liverpool. We've already spoken to United about it. And I'm like, oh.
That's interesting.
If there's anyone who can drag us through the fucking hedges in that game, it's him. But I also don't think he'll be fit. But if the Danish manager's right, then great. I think he'll do well against Liverpool. He's a very physical striker.
Love that.
Especially if they play the youngsters. I can let Højlund just bully them physically. But their Kwanzaa's been alright, to be fair.
Yeah, no, he's been good.
Like, I know everyone's like hyping up these Liverpool youngsters, and I'm like, look, they're having a good time at the moment, but I think this whole Klopp's farewell thing is having a bit of an influence on it. I think they're all playing out of their skin for him. Not the main 11, but the youngsters like the Conor Bradleys, the Konzas, I know Bajcetic is injured at the moment. Those kinds, I think they're pulling it out of the bag for him a little bit. But
Bajcetic is, you say that.
I think he's injured, right?
He's injured, but he's
sick.
He's been playing for a while. Like, it's not like he's he's been at it for a bit.
Yeah. Well, Kwanzaa's been around for 2 years as well, to be fair, but he hasn't been as consistent as Bajcetic was. He's always been on the bench.
He's not playing. Bajcetic at least started and played.
Yeah. Kwanzaa was making appearances off the bench. He's been in the scene for 2 years, I'd say. Probably the better phrasing. Swearing me. I've seen his name last year. I swear I did.
Maybe just sitting on the bench.
That's what I'm thinking. Kwanzaa. Where's the stats? Transfer market. Then do seasons. All seasons. No, ignore me.
I was like,
I'd seen his name before. I don't know why.
I was thinking you're off your trolley.
Maybe Football Manager.
Maybe Football Manager, potentially.
Yeah, because he's made 9 appearances this year, whereas last year he made none. In the Prem, at least. He appeared in the EFL. No, he was on the bench, but he never came off it. I don't know why I've seen it. Oh, no. He was on the bench 21-22, but he never played. I must have just seen his name somewhere then. Oh, fair then. I don't know. There's a few players of theirs that have just sort of started popping up, and I think that Conor Bradley's got a good future, mainly because he's Welsh, so I'm biased.
He's Northern Irish, but we move.
Swear Bradley's Welsh.
Nope. All right, moving on. He's Northern Irish.
Ain't no way.
Yep. No, there is way.
Why did I see someone say he was Welsh?
All right, good to see we're 0 for 2 on Liverpool trivia.
I mean, I don't fucking follow those dickheads. I couldn't give a shit what they do, but when I saw there was a potential of a Welsh player, I'm like, hello.
Maybe you're thinking of, I think Ben Woodburn is Welsh.
No, he's time ago. He's shit these days.
I know he's time ago. I'm just thinking of Liverpool Welshmen that you could get excited about.
Oh, I'm thinking Nico Williams, I think.
Oh, yeah. The Forest prospect. Yeah. I know he used to play for Liverpool before you chime in with that, but
same
obviously
positions.
they picked him up. Yeah, subtle differences,
One's Welsh, one's Northern Irish.
Yep. One now is starting for Liverpool, and the other's been sold to Forest and doesn't guarantee to start over Aurier, who
to be fair,
binned off by Tottenham.
I think if Trent's fit, Conor Bradley's not starting.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
Now that I found out he's Northern Irish, I think he's got a shit future. He's not Welsh. I can't be biased now. Mate,
love that.
I'll crumble any day on that fucking thing. Jesus Christ. But I don't know. Like, I think this is probably the one year where I'm not as hateful on the rest of the teams I was in previous years, where I'm unreal biased now, where I'm like, I won't accept anything. City's the only one in the last few years where I've accepted that, look, I can't argue against them. But like, this year I think I'm sort of looking, like, Arsenal didn't believe it once last year. Never once thought they're going to win it. Because I just didn't think they had it in them. They were always 1 or 2 injuries away, and wham bam, it all happened. I think Liverpool have managed their injury crisis really fucking well. They've done as well as I think, but they've probably managed it the best. Like, United had an injury crisis and we crumbled. You had it, and you had a hard time as well. So I think...
Oh, we had a very hard time.
And then their youngsters stepped up and did well for them. Like, fair play. You're a bunch of dickheads, but, fair play. Like, the City guys have had injuries, but they've had, £80 million signings on the bench to bring on, so that works. They've had doping all the way to get them through it, so that's great. I'm not saying alleged, because they're not going to sue me, it's fine. If they do, that'd be great. Then I can counter sue them for just
bullying me. If they do, that would be great.
Yeah, then I can just counter sue them for bullying me.
Ah, yes, that's fancy how that works.
If I can at least get a tenner out of them, it's fine. They have enough to go around. But no, it's probably been the 1 week we haven't spoke about Pokemon, so I'm quite happy about that. Since we have done that in the last 3 episodes straight.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up, so all I have to say here, he's just mentioned
really
it.
Speak about the last few weeks, to be fair, though. Like, we had the news about saying...
No, and there was no pod.
Died down. Yeah, true, actually, yeah. But even the last 2 weeks, there's been nothing else. So I'm kind of glad about that, to be honest. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, to be fair. We think we've crossed every dot and I.
I think we're here, yeah.
And so we've mentioned FF7, you're streaming again. I've sort of taken a break from content because I'm a bit tired to be doing it. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on in the anime scene at the moment, which we will get back to the reacts at some point, guys. That's just all depending on when I've got the sanity to do it. Since because the thing is, ever since we haven't done I've been ill the last 2 weeks as well. Everyone at my workplace has got a chest infection or some sort of really bad cold, so I've been taking cold and flu every day for 2 weeks straight now, and it's one of those where I can feel it at the back of my throat, like dry mouth, dry nose, dry throat, neck, whatever you call it. And it's getting harder and harder each day to keep it at base. I think at some point I'm going to be really fucking ill. But, we move. I'm still breathing. That's all that matters. And if you want to plug Luke before we disappear for the night?
No.
Oh, you know what? I bet people look at the transcript or this or the subtitles and go 3, 2, 1. No. But no,
there was no countdown.
Nah, in my head there was. But no, we'll be back next week, guys. Hopefully with some anime reacts. Don't hold me to that, because it is what it is. And we do have a guest, I think, in the next month.
Ooh.
Which that I won't hold myself. Like last time I kept my word and managed to get 2. At the moment, that's kind of dependent on me a little bit, but I'll see how it gets on. But I hope you all have a good week. Luke, anything else to say? Even though I said that technically about the plugin.
No.
He said it differently this time. Fair.
Ciao.
Right. See you later, guys.